All right, here we go. We're going to do the same thing as yesterday. We're going to talking about binomial times a binomial. There's no plus or minus in here. So if there's no plus or minus in there, you're not going to do that whole one distribution or -1 distribution. You will be distributing these each. So the inside will go to each one of the others. This one will go one to each one of the others. So that's that FOIL method where it's the firsts, the outsides, the insides, and the lasts, F-O-I-L, FOIL. But we're just going to do it. Here we go. So we're going to take the very first term and we're going to multiply it by each term on the other side. So 8 times 7, 56. Together they have 2 m's. 8m, 7m, so there are 2 m's. So 56m to the second power. Then we're going to multiply it by the second term. 8 times 2, 16. They only have 1 m together. We put an m on it. Then we're going to take the next one, the next term, and we're going to multiply it by each term on the other side. So 4 times 7, 28m. Make sure you're putting pluses in here. Some of you are still leaving those out, or minuses. So the negatives will turn into a minus. They have together 1m. 4 doesn't have one, 7 has one, that's 1. All right, 4 times 2 is 8, and there are no m's together. 4 and 2 does not have an m. So what do we do? That's our distribution part of that. Then we're going to combine like terms. The only 2 terms that are alike are the 2 center terms, if you did this right. So it'd be 56m squared, turn it into a binomial. 16 and 28 is what we got here? 40 something? 44. And nothing to add to the 8. If you wanted to, you could have done that as a line and that as a squiggly. It doesn't matter. You don't need to, because those are the only 2 terms that can add together. That's what happens when we have that binomial to binomial. And that's single and that's single. So there you go. You went from the factors of a quadratic to a quadratic. We've done it the other way. Boop, boop, and went that way. All right. Once again, we're going to take the first term and multiply it by each term on the other side. 5 times 5, 25, a plus a, 2a. 5 times 7, 35, a plus no a is just 1a. If you want to put a little 1 up there, I really don't care. Our next term, we're going to multiply by each term on the other side. -2 times 5 is -10. 1a. 0 plus 1 is 1. And then -2 times 7, which is -14. This one does not have a counterpart. This one has a like term right here, and this one does not have a like term. So 25a squared, 35 minus 10 is 25a, and -14 doesn't have anything to add to. So we went from the factors of a quadratic to a quadratic, a binomial times a binomial. If there was a square here, it obviously wouldn't be a quadratic then. But this one does happen to be because these 2 are single A's. These are technically review. This is stuff you should have done in 7th and 8th grade. All right, take the first term, multiply it by each term on the other side. 6 times 5 is 30. K plus K, K2. 6 times 5, 30, only 1K. Take the next term, -5 times 5, -25. 0, 1, 1K. -5 times 5, whoops, -25. No K, no K, no Ks. That one doesn't have a like term. K added to a K. Whoops, and I went, that's a mistake right there. And then squiggly, because we don't want that to disappear. I went through my negative. So try not to do that. 30K squared, nothing to add it to. 30 minus 25 is 5K. We do not add K's together. We only do that when we multiply. And then negative 25. And you can see how that kind of almost looks like a plus. That's why I went in there and redid that, so you can clearly see it was a negative. So be careful when you do circles. Graphic organizers can help you and hurt you. You just have to be careful with them and organized with them. Same thing, take the first one, multiply by the first one on the other side. 2 times 2, 4, 1K plus 1K, V squared. Multiply it by the next one, 2 times 3, 6, 1V, no V, just 1V. Take the next term, 4 times 2, positive 8. Make sure you put plus 8. They have 1V. 4 times 3, 12. 4V squared, nope, nothing there. But we do have 2 V's, and then nothing for that 12. So we just add, combine like terms, 4V squared, nothing to add it to. 6 and 8, 14V. Do not add the V's together. We don't do that on like terms. And then nothing to add to the 12, so it's just 12. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, get it done. If you guys at home have any questions, please email me. Thanks, bye.